So welcome everybody to this latest video on 162 Math, and in this video we'll be going over a quick topic test with a collection of GCSE exam style questions on simultaneous equations at foundation level. Now, a copy of the questions for you to have an attempt at before watching through this video is available for you to download by clicking on the link in the description, which I strongly recommend you do to see how much understanding you have on this topic. Now, it's worth mentioning before we get started that these questions are designed to be non-calculator. However, this topic can appear on both the non-calculator and calculator paper. So let's get started on question 1. So question 1 says, here are two simultaneous equations. Which pair of coordinates satisfy both equations? So for this, what we're trying to do is go on to solve this simultaneous equation. Now, you could either do it the normal way of solving a simultaneous equation, or what you can do is substitute the x and y coordinates into the equation and seeing if they come true. So looking at all the coordinates, you should spot that all of them add up to equal 8. So this one here applies to every single one. So the one that we need to focus on is this one here. So what we're looking for is the difference between the x ordinate and the y ordinate is positive 3. So here you can see in this first one that the difference is minus 2. In this one we've got a difference of positive 5. In this one we've got a difference of positive 3. And in this fourth option we've got a difference of minus 3. So here our correct answer is going to be our third option. Looking at question 2, a very similar question. So looking at the four options, you should be able to spot that all of the numbers added up together will give you 9. So all of them apply to the very first one. So what we need to focus on is this second one. So if we substitute the x and y ordinate into the equation, does it equal 3? So here we've got 3 minus 3 times 6, which is 18. Does that equal 3? No, it doesn't. So that's not going to be an option. This one here, we've got 0 minus, and it's going to be 3 times 9, which is 27. Does that equal 3? No, so that's not going to be an option. For the next one, we've got 12 minus, and it's going to be minus 9. So that equals 21. So that doesn't equal 3. So that's not going to be an option. Then substituting our last option, we've got 7.5 minus 3 lots of 1.5, and that's going to give me 4.5. So that does equal 3, so that is going to be our correct answer. Moving on to question 3, it says here is a trapezium. Which two of these equations are true? Now for this, with a trapezium, we've got two co-interior or supplementary angles. I have absolutely no idea what went on there, so let's just correct that. So what we know is that this angle plus this angle need to add up to, or do add up to 180, and similarly with these two angles here, they both add up to equal 180. So if I write down the equations of y plus 30 plus x plus 20, that should add up to 180. Now if I simplify that, I get x plus y plus 50 equals 180. Simplify that and I get x plus y equals 130, which is our third option. So looking at this situation here, I've got 2x plus y equals 180, which is our first option. So the correct answer should be our first and third option. Moving on to question 4, here what we've got to do is typically solve the simultaneous equation algebraically. So I'm going to be using the elimination method. So here we're checking the quantities of our x and y. You should be able to spot that our y's are the same and those y's have the same sign, so we're going to be subtracting. So subtracting the x's, I end up with positive x, the y's disappear, and subtracting the number at the end, I get 50. So x equals 50. So then using the second equation, I've got 50 plus y equals 70. So y equals 20. And there is my final answer. Moving on to question 5, it says that a tea and a bun cost £2 and a tea and 2 buns cost £2.80. Work out the cost of 2 teas and a bun. So let's set this up by using algebra. So I've got, looking at the first situation, 1 tea plus 1 bun equals £2, and 1 tea and 2 buns costs £2.80. So therefore we can easily work out that the difference between the two orders is that a bun costs the difference, which is going to be 80 pence or 0.8. So then using this first equation of this, a bun and a tea cost £2. Well, if a bun costs 80p, then a tea is going to cost £1.20. So 2 teas is going to be 2 times £1.20, and 1 bun is basically going to be 80p. So it's going to be £2.40 plus 80p, which gives me an answer of £3.20. Moving on to question 6, it says solve this simultaneous equation. So here you can see we've got we haven't got an equal sign of equal quantity of x's, we haven't got an equal quantity of y's. So what we need to do is pick one of those letters we want to make the same and manipulate it. So for this, I'm going to get the x's, the y's the same rather. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2. So I get 4x plus 2y equals 26, and x plus 2y equals 17. So taking away the two equations, because my y's are the same sign, that then becomes 3x. The y's cancel out, and 26 take away 17 is going to give me 9. So therefore x equals 3. So then picking any of the equations, I'm just going to go for the second equation. So I've got 3 plus 2y equals 17, because I know that x equals 3. So 2y equals 17 take away 3, which is 14. So y equals 7. Moving on to question 7. So here we're looking at graphs, and it says that the graph of y equals 2x plus 1, x plus y equals 4, and y equals a half x plus 1 are shown. And the question is asking us to use the graph to solve the simultaneous equations of y equals 2x plus 1 and x plus y equals 4. Now another way of solving simultaneous equations is plotting the equations, and the solution is going to be the coordinates of where the lines intersect or intercept. So here the red line, it's worth noting what the equations are. So the red line is y equals, and that's going to be 2x plus 1. The blue line is going to be the equation of y equals a half x plus 1. And the purple one, which I don't, oh, I've got purple, is going to be x plus y equals 4. So looking at question A, I'm looking for where the red and the purple lines intersect, and they intersect at this point here, which is a coordinate of 1, 3. So x equals 1, y equals 3. And you can write your answer as a coordinate or write your answer as 2 separate variables, and you should get the single mark. For 7b, we need to do the same but with different equations. So this is going to be the red, and this one is going to be the blue line. And they both intercept at this point here. So that as a coordinate is 0, 1. So x equals 0, y equals 1. Moving on to question 8, it says that the cost of one CD and one DVD is £22, and a DVD is £4 more expensive than a CD. Work out the cost of a CD and a DVD. So let's start by writing these equations out. So one CD plus one DVD equals £22, and a DVD equals a CD plus £4 because it's £4 more expensive. So these are our two equations. So looking at this, what we can do is we can use the substitution method, or you can rearrange to make the equations equal to each other. So if we swap D with C plus 4, I get C plus C plus 4 equals 22. So 2C plus 4 equals 22. So 2C equals 18. So C equals 9. And if a DVD costs, so if D equals C plus 4, that D is going to equal 9 plus 4, which is 13. Now, if you solve this simultaneous equation in any other format and you get 9 and 13, then you should get the marks. But for 4 marks, you're definitely going to need to show some working out. And obviously, please do write down the equations, because that alone will get you a couple of marks in itself. Then moving on to our last question, it says that here are 3 intersecting lines. All angles are in degrees, and obviously it's not drawn to scale. And the question is asking us to work out the value of x. Now, for this, I need to know my angle properties. So for this, I should know that these two angles here are opposite, so 2x plus 10 must equal y. And the same thing applies with these two angles here, they're also opposite, so 3x equals y plus 15. Now for this I actually am going to, or I can easily substitute those values in, so you can either use the substitution method of swapping y with 2x plus 10 and then going on to solve it. So let's actually do that. So here I've got 3x equals 2x plus 10 plus 15. So 3x equals 2x plus 25. So x equals 25, and there is one way of doing it. Another way of working this out is rearranging the equation. So I've got x's on one side and constants on the other. And so I've got 3x minus y equals 15. And then you can then go on to solve it in any way that you want. So here I'm going to be taking away the two equations. And by doing that, I end up with x equals, and it's going to be, well, one of them should be minus, that should be minus 10. And so that's going to be minus 25, or minus x equals 25, in which I still get the same answer of x equals 25. And so any which way you do it, as long as you're getting 25 and you're showing working out, it's all good.